Okay, continuing on with common hand tools for carpenters. We're going to have a look at some pliers and adjustable wrenches. Okay, so the first one we're going to have a look at is this slip joint plier. Okay, so it just they slip in and out there. So depending, it's adjustable if you need to pull on some wires, loosen nuts or bolts, things like that. You can use these slip joint pliers. Okay. Moving up, we got these groove joint pliers, or commonly referred to as channel lock pliers. So they have this one has 6 different channels that they'll lock in. So depending on the size of the bolt that you need to loosen or tighten, you can adjust them accordingly. Okay, and then you can kind of keep the jaws parallel, get good mechanical advantage on that little more than the slip joint. Okay. Next up here we have the needle nose pliers. So if you need to grip, inside holes, smaller pieces, twist some wires, it's got a little cutter on there that you can use. And they come in different sizes as well. This is kind of medium set. You can get them smaller or bigger depending on the application. Next up we got the linesman pliers. Okay, so used for cutting wires, got a little cutting piece there. Twisting wires, things like that, maybe cutting small nails for projects if you're doing some demolition work, things like that. Next up we got the locking wrench or locking pliers, commonly referred to as vice grips. Okay, similar to the slip joint and the channel lock, they are adjustable just by twisting this piece here, but when you close them, they lock in place. So if you adjust this nice and tight and you really put some pressure on there, you can get a tremendous amount of pressure on stripped bolts, things like that, and you can get those out safely. Okay, they come in different tips. You have some that they can use as clamps, things like that. So locking pliers, or commonly referred to as vice grips. Okay, here I have a small set of side cutters. Okay, it's used for cutting wires, maybe cutting small nails. Again, this is a smaller set. You can get them in larger sets depending on what your need is. Okay, so cutting wires, small nails, things like that around the shop. Here we got some end nippers. Okay, so same thing. You can use them for cutting wire. These are really good at pulling small nails. So you got a nail out through a project, you're taking projects apart. Then you can nip the nail, and then because of the curve at the end, you can kind of use it similar to a claw hammer to pull nails, small nails from projects. Here we have an adjustable wrench. Okay, so again, it's all adjustable, commonly referred to as a crescent wrench, and it just fits on the bolt. You can adjust it to the right size and then loosen or tighten depending on what your needs are. So an adjustable wrench there. Okay, then we got some bolt cutters. Okay, maybe if you're doing some demolition work, things like that, maybe busting out some concrete that has some wire mesh in there that you need to cut, so you could use some bolt cutters for that. Maybe taking down some fencing. So they have interchangeable heads, so if these, if the jaws get messed up, you can take out a few bolts and change out the heads, put in some new ones. They come in 3 different cutting styles. So this is a general purpose one that you can see it cuts kind of near the center there, tapers from both sides. You can get a clipper cut, and they're flat on the one face and it comes to a point just on the one surface, or an end cut set as well. So if you want to cut it at the end, similar to your end nipper pliers, you can use it for cutting that way. Okay. Last one we're going to have a look at are these Allen wrenches, or hex keys. Okay, so they have a socket-shaped key. You see them in machine screws, things like that, maybe in machinery or some furniture if you're assembling it, things like that. So that's a quick look at pliers and adjustable wrenches that are commonly used by carpenters.